Hey guys, welcome back to the thinly stretched Kingdom of Mordor. That's right, we are extremely thinly stretched on the westward frontier, on the western front that is. And I'll tell you why, but before we get to that, I just want to point out that before we spend any money, we're looking at a profit of 2,500 gold coins per turn, which is important because I want to maintain an income of at least 2,000 gold coins per turn. And then, you know, like, that's why I don't want to recruit any further units, because those 2,000 gold coins are very useful in recruiting massive units like trolls or uruks who cost 700 gold themselves. And also it allows us to save up for buildings if we really need to, and we do need some buildings. Our recruitment center of Barad-dûr is good and all, but it's extremely far from, say, Minas Tirith. So I think, well, holy shit, we can recruit a lot of stuff in Minas Tirith right now, actually. We just have to wait for them to appear within a few turns. But I think what I want to do is try to, well, convert the culture of Minas Tirith as soon as possible, and build our barracks, etc. there. We've already got a barracks here, which will allow us to recruit raiders, maulers, and Morningard, which is pretty good already. We've got a practice range, which will give us scouts. And, like I said, that's not bad at all, but we've only got 39% culture, and that's improving every turn. But we do have to wait for our units to appear here, so I'm wondering if we should save up for, like, a drill square and build one here. A fairground. How much will that increase our trade by? Not much. For 2,800 gold coins, it will only increase our trade by, like, 50. Not much at all. So that's my thinking right now. I want to maintain an income of at least 2,000, maybe even 1,500 if we're really stretching for units, which, I mean, we are kind of. We've got Glaubeam and another Rohan stack coming now. We've got Captain Fulor here, who has like a stack, well, half a stack, and then Glaubeam himself has half a stack of weak units. The question is, I don't really know if he's heading for our lands or if he's heading up to Aldburg. It's hard to say. Regardless, I've pulled a few units out of Carindros, namely these 3 orc bands, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide them within the woods outside of this village, and hopefully Glaubeam will not run into them and we can place them in the village as a garrison, because Muslan is there alone. I've moved Uflunk out of Henethanun because we don't need a governor in Henethanun, really. Malgalad looks to be in a little bit of trouble, actually, now that we've got Captain Fulor here. Dwarvois is still shuffling units around, and someone suggested that I recruit an assassin to slay Arthdor, but I don't know how effective they would be, and they have an upkeep of 200 gold coins themselves, which is more expensive than most of our agents, actually. Let's see. An assassin is 200 gold coins in upkeep, a diplomat 50, and a spy is 100. So an assassin is the most expensive agent we can get. But I'm sure I could find it in the budget to place, to recruit an assassin. Languf has appeared to place towers all throughout our land, so now we have a better idea of what's coming and going. We do need to place a tower down here still, so that's what I'll do with Languf. Actually, I can probably get Dwarvois to do it. I don't know. I still think those units will get bribed if I leave them alone, so I'll just get Languf to fucking do it. We'll place a watchtower along the road of Malgalad and Thornburg, and then another possibly within the Dead Marshes here. So, yeah, we're stretched a little thin up north, and to combat that, I've got Hormarath. He's going to be heading north with whatever units he can muster. Right now, he's standing vigilant at the at this small river here on the borders of Lossarnak and Dor Er Anil, because we've got a few weak Gondorian stacks just trolling around, and my worry was that they would besiege Arnak when I walked away. So I think instead of trying to defend Arnak, the city itself, what I'm going to do is try to defend at this bridge, this river crossing here, because bridge battles are notoriously easy to fight. We can begin to build things in Arnak, though. I think a Shrine of Melkor would be good, because we do have a barrack in Arnak as well. So once we start converting the culture here, we can recruit strong military units here as well. Oh my god, we can build quite a few buildings. We only need one unit in Arnak to make sure, like, to prevent the rioting. We've only got a unit of weak orc band here. So I'm going to build a Shrine of Melkor in Arnak, first of all, so we can begin converting. I've got Captain Ugler here heading to Minas Tirith so we can build an army to defeat Glaubeam if need be, but I'm really split as to whether to send most of these units to Minas Tirith to deal with Glaubeam or to give them to fucking Dawndeath. We've got 4 turns until Pelargir surrenders. With every turn, these units get increasingly weaker. I think they've lost a few men this turn, like 10 or 20. Unfortunately, I think instead of surrendering, these units will instead decide to attack us in the field. And if we were to get attacked in the field, I'm not sure we could deal with them. I know Dawndeath is strong and our trolls are strong, but are they strong enough to see off like fucking 1,000 Gondorians? They're mostly militiamen and Pelargir Marines and the like, but I don't know, it's hard to say. I think we may have to send a unit or 2 possibly to Dawndeath. More specifically, though, I want to send these troll catapults to Dawndeath. I've pulled Gordish from Dawndeath's army, and he's actually going to take over for Hormarath, who is going to head to Minas Tirith. There we go. Because you most definitely want a general with your Orcish armies, because they do not have the morale to deal with battles on their own. So I'm going to send Gordish, our lieutenant, to hold this bridge. I don't think he needs this many units. I'm going to take away 1 unit of Orc Band and probably 1 unit of Orc Raiders, leaving him with 4 units plus himself, which I think is enough to meet whatever half-assed stacks the Gondorians are going to send. But what do we got? We've also got a weak unit of Uruks, which I think we'll have to send to Dawndeath as well. 3 turns away. Here's the thing, we do have to send and decide which units to send before these guys surrender, which is 4 turns. So we have to make sure they're at least 4 turns away. I'll send a strong unit of Morning Guard as well, and then all of these weak units will head to Minas Tirith. Captain Lugthak here is going to head to Minas Tirith. These guys can't enter the city, really? We've also got quite a few units actually heading to, well, not Minas Tirith, but Dawndeath. I'm sure if we give him these 3 units, that will be enough to fend off these guys in the field, because they will be quite a bit weaker 4 turns from now as well. Will they be weak enough, though? That's the question. So this unit of Orc Raiders and this weaker Orc Band will send to Minas Tirith as well. I think Hormarath, I just sent him to Minas Tirith, I believe. Yes, there we go. He's also got a unit of Ballistas, which would be very good for a bridge battle, but would it also be very good against the cavalry-rich faction that is Rohan? Okay, you know what? We've got a few units of reinforcements. I pulled good old Zagmaz the Honest from Cirith Ungol because he doesn't need to be there. We need to retain Laglug in Minas Morgul and also Zagmaz in East Osgiliath, just to ferry units to and fro, because Narinavin will most likely try to bribe whatever units he can. For example, this unit of raiders is probably going to get bribed unless I move Laglug out to escort him. There we go. Alright, we don't have really any free units to donate. I think we move units from East Osgiliath. They'll fucking flip the fuck out. Well, maybe not. They're at 120%. So let's move another unit of Orc Band. There we go. Okay, well, that's the best we can do. 2 units of Orc Band we can send to Minas Tirith as well. Boom. There we go. I think we have quite a lot of units. We can bump the taxes even higher. Gain another 300 gold coins, bumping our profit. Well, our profit is now screwed up because we constructed shit and recruited things. But there we go. We've got 1 more unit heading for retraining. We've got Captain Muzdash here, 3 units of Uruks, most definitely fucking helpful, heading for the front lines. 2 units of Morning Guard in the rear here, Barad-dûr for retraining. Wonderful. Costing like 600 gold coins to retrain. I'll probably recruit another unit of Uruk Halberds. These guys will be very useful in the future. Or even, you know what? Let's see, how much are Orc Maulers? 40 gold coins less. Let's see. these Uruk Maulers actually, or well, the Uruk Halberds actually have quite a lot more skill than these Maulers, a lot more armor. And the thing is, these Uruk Halberds also have a spear ability, so I can put them in my spear line and they can cut down any heavy infantry that appears. So I'm really liking these halberds. We have a candidate for adoption. I am kind of hurting for generals right now, but I don't want to hire any further generals because I don't want to pay for them. So I'm going to decline yet another adoption. See, we have a general in Malglad and basically nowhere else. Malglad, Thornburg, Minas Tirith, we've got Hormarath. The Osgiliaths have a general. Emin Arnen doesn't really need a general anymore, I don't think. But we'll keep one there, perhaps. I don't really know where else to send him. Maybe to Henethanun, perhaps. Yeah, okay, let's send him to Henethanun. We also have a new mission to reinforce Barad-dûr, and we'll get 500 gold coins if we were to do so. So I may pull these 3 units out. Well, let's see, what does Barad-dûr have? 2 units of Morhengar. Do we need to... how long do we need to have these assholes here? I'm not sure. So you know what, let's hold off on that for like 2 or 3 turns, and then we can do that. I want that 500 gold, first of all. Looks like Harad is surpassing us in every regard. Arnak now has a, well, we repaired the stone wall. Mount Doomington has a guardhouse, which allows us to recruit a diplomat, perhaps? What does a guardhouse do? I don't really know. Shrine of Melkor, food production, roads, trade, barracks, town hall. Oh, there we go. It's a town hall, which does increase public order and allows us to recruit a diplomat. But we're still not able to crank the taxes to very high in Mount Doomington because public order actually sucks. How many upkeep units? 2 upkeep units. I think 1 more orc band will increase the public order of Mount Doomington enough where we can have the taxes even higher. Garrison is now at 20%. I'm hoping that another unit will increase it another 20%, and then we can potentially have high taxes, which will increase our tax income by like 150, which is very much worth it. War declared between the dwarves and the Sylvan elves. Wonderful. That's interesting. So I think it looks like the Sylvans are going to be having a hard time. They're going to be trying to fight us on the south, even though we haven't seen any movement from them in like a coon's age. But they're going to be trying to fight in the north as well. So we could potentially try to push against them. And in fact, I could probably even pull some of these units out of Thornburg and send them elsewhere, because we are paying for these units, but they're not fucking doing anything. So, I don't know, it's hard to say. If we get a scout up north, like this one who is in Isengard, we can start scouting Sylvan territories and see how strong they really are on the border, I suppose, and see if we can make a move. We now have a new spy in Arnak as well. I don't really remember why I recruited this guy, because we've got 2 spies as is in Arnak. I suppose, though, we've got... Oh, my God, Gorthak, you're fucking ugly, man. I hate to tell you this, but you're just goddamn ugly. Let's send this guy to Rohan, perhaps. That was his thing. We'll send him to Aalborg and Edoras. I think the invasion is nearly over. Yeah, the invasion is still in progress. I don't know how long it's left for. Maybe 2 or 3 turns. Who knows? Okay, you know, we've got quite a lot of Gondorian units outside of Tarnost, but we're not seeing a lot of movement from what's-his-nuts, Harad. Let's see. Okay, no, there's a full stack outside of Lynn here. We've got Lord Cusay here pushing ever onward towards Ethring, which is very, very fucking weak. I think Tarnost is going to be a sticking point. We're not going to be able to move any further until we take Tarnost. Lunmaz is going to move a little bit to the west, maybe get some eyes on whatever Gondorian reinforcements are on the way. I'm not seeing anything. Looks like most of these towns back here don't have much garrison, actually. It's just Pelargir. Yeah, so those units will reinforce Dondeth. We should be able to take Pelargir. Someone was saying that we should remove Dondeth from Pelargir and defend Arnak, but I think this is more than enough to defend Arnak for the next 4 or 5 turns, unless that stack come towards us. But I would say they're going to go towards Lynn here rather than us. But even so, I would rather lose Arnak and take Pelargir than try to hold on to Arnak, because Pelargir is going to be our money maker. The income is dropping by the turn because of the siege, but they've got this wharf and all these opportunities for cash, and that is what we need the most, is cash. Minas Tirith is giving us quite a lot of money, but is it enough? Hard to say. You know what? I don't think anything else is going on right now, so we may as well try to end the turn and get Dwarf Wall to Thornburg, Lagif to build a tower, etc., and see what Glaubeam does, as well as Captain Fulor. Hormrath is definitely going to have to build a better army to deal with those Rohirrim armies, but what can we do? I think a lot of Orc Band is probably our best bet. Spear units, etc. See, I don't really know what Glaubeam has, but it seems to be mostly infantry-based, but a few weak units in there. Anyway, you know what? Let's end the turn. You know what? Come to think of it, we're not seeing any movement from Dale either. We're still at war with fucking Dale, I believe, and we still haven't seen them make a move in a very long time. I think Rune is well and truly fucking their shit, I gotta say. Here we go. We've got Dwarf Wall leading a very strong army. Most of the units are at full strength, if not nearly full strength. We've got a unit of Orc Maulers that needs retraining, and one more unit of Scouts that needs retraining, which is like fucking 8 turns away, my goodness. But for the most part, we are looking pretty good in the north. I'm sure we could actually move on and try to pierce the Sylvan lands. Lagif, though, is going to place another tower here. Before we do that, look at that. Our profits are now looking nearly 3,000 gold coins, around 3,000. But here we go. We'll place, actually, we'll build a watchtower along this road. Why the hell not? There we go. Looks like this road leads into Dalish lands, so I'm not sure we even need a tower around here. Oh shit, Arthdor is heading south. He's leaving us be in the north. My goodness. Lagif can return to Thornburg as well. Looks like Captain Fulor is actually marching towards Malgalad, so I would say that we have to pull Dwarf Wall out of Thornburg. We'll take a lot of this army. We'll take Dwarf Wall, these trolls, these troll catapults. Oh, whoops, I just quick saved. Let's see, troll catapults, halberds. We'll leave these maulers and this strong unit of scouts and these orc archers. Actually, we'll just take one unit of scouts. We'll leave the weaker units in Thornburg, I meant. We'll take these orc bands. We'll leave one unit of orc band. We'll take these Morning Guard, these raiders, and we'll leave... There we go, that's not bad. Pretty good army we've got there, and quite a garrison left in Thornburg, unless the Sylvans come out of fucking nowhere in no time at all. I don't really know how many turns we have until this guy arrives around Malgalad. We may be one turn too late. There we go. Lagif, though, will still head to Thornburg and just hold down the fort if, I don't know, some Sylvans come out of the fucking woodwork. Looks like Glaubeam isn't making a move. He's starting to destroy the lands around this village, unfortunately. But that just means we can scout him with our ugly friend Gorthak. There we go. It's an infantry army, very infantry heavy. Can we get Gorthak to, there we go, infiltrate the army? Boom. Glaubeam, actually, my goodness, he looks to be quite a general. He's got a lot of command. He's got all these ancillaries. He's got a biographer. I don't know what the hell you would write about Arnak other than, well, not Arnak, but Glaubeam, I mean. I don't know what the hell you'd write about Glaubeam other than he is an annoying bastard. Gorthak has gained some skill, so now he is a bit less useless, a bit more useful, I should say. There we go. He's going to try to spy on this captain. The one good thing is we've got a captain attacking us, and as we all know, the Nazgul will fucking destroy captains and eat them for breakfast. We have retrained some Morning Guard in Barad-dûr, and we can actually train another unit of, I would say, scouts in Barad-dûr, and that will complete our mission to put units in Barad-dûr. Actually, let's move these Morning Guard out of Barad-dûr, and we'll move 2 units of Orc Band from the Blackgate. Actually, there we go. Mount Doomington now has a better garrison, and as I was hoping, I think we can crank the taxes a little bit higher. Yeah, looks about good. Looks to be good. What will this do? Increase population growth. I don't really know why these temples don't increase public order. You would think they would. But there we go. We've gained a little bit more income from Mount Doomington, and it is a result of our garrison there. Nurnen is ready to upgrade, and holy shit, we need to save up for that. We need to save up for Nurnen now. Let's crank the taxes as high as possible. We can only have 2 units here. Why is public order so shitty? Well, it's mostly due to taxes, apparently. But yeah, you know what? Let's save up for this fucking stone wall. 5,200 gold coins, which I guess we'll have next turn, apparently. I don't believe that, but there you go. Oh, shit, it just happened this turn. Wonderful. Little marsh wall, probably. No, taxes are good there. Nargroth is a Mott and Bailey. East Osgiliath, very high taxes as well. Okay, our units are arriving in Minas Tirith, and now we have an army to defeat Glaubeam if need be. It looks like good old Lord Cusay has scared off the Gondorian stacks that were around. Oh shit. Heyman is looking to fuck up Lord Cusay, and I'm gonna have to say that Lord Cusay is not looking so strong right now. Let's see, can we get this guy to infiltrate these Gondorian armies? Lunmaz, let's see if you can do it, buddy. And he has done his. He increased skill. He has. Wonderful. He now has 3 points of skill, meaning he is more useful as well, and he can probably infiltrate cities if need be. Man, Gondor is fielding still lots of militia units. Lots of militia. Let's take a look at Tarnost. Path blocked. Wonderful. Oh shit, here we go. We've got a bunch of units of Harad on their way to fuck with Tarnost, which is lucky for us. Let's get our guy to spy on this diplomat and increase his skill. Wonderful. Trait increase, adept, agent, trait increase, inconspicuous. Now Luglin has 3 points of skill as well. There we go. I'm just trying to train up my spies because, you know what, I haven't really been paying attention to them. But they're very useful in these situations. Oh shit, Gondor cavalry. Have we seen these guys yet? We probably have. I just haven't remembered. It's when we start to see, like, Knights of Dol Amroth and shit like that that we begin to worry. I don't think Gondor has the finances to field such units, but you never know. Oh, man, we have a ton of units arriving from Lynn here, or near Lynn here. Fucking great. Speaking of... Oh, man, we may have reinforcements from Harad. Speaking of reinforcements, though, we've got our very own reinforcements arriving within the next few turns. Hopefully Captain Muthana here gets into the fray. We've got 3 turns until these guys give up, and look at that. Every unit is now below 100 men. So it looks like, I think that's 2/3 strength, 66% strength, because I think Gondorian units sit around 150 men. Yes. That's not looking bad at all. A few more turns and they'll be down to like 70. And then we can just fucking mop them up. And then Pelargir will be ours, and we can begin trade with Harad via land routes. Well, we should be trading with Lynn here through Arnak. And in fact, Gordas should lay down some towers along these river crossings here. I know I'm trying to save up cash, but we gotta have those towers. Should have placed one on this fucking hill. What was I thinking? Anyway, we've got our army in Minas Tirith. And we can we can actually retrain a bunch of units, I think, due to armor. We've got an armorer in Minas Tirith, which will give these men advanced chainmail, which is what I think they all need. Advanced chainmail, Morning Guard, advanced chainmail, wonderful. We can do that for, oh my fucking Christ, so many gold coins. We may be able to retrain some of these orc bands and orc raiders, actually. We'll do the orc raiders, and we'll do this unit of orc bands as well. There we go. Hopefully they'll be at full strength. Looks like Glaubeam is digging in. I'm not too worried about him anymore now that I've got Hormarath with a somewhat strong army and reinforcements on the way, of course. Okay, Laglug is now going to support these units and get them to Barad-dûr. These Uruks are going to do the exact same thing. Laglug can't actually move that far, though, unfortunately, so we'll lose a little bit of movement by moving him. But there we go. We've got like 5 or 6 units of reinforcements heading to the front lines. Strong elite units as well. Morning Guard and Uruks, not bad at all. We can probably recruit... No, we're already at max recruitment in Barad-dûr, and like I said, we're trying to save up, so I suppose we'll have to try to cut down on spending. What is this? Rohan Town. Fanghorn, of course, or Fangorn, I should say. Okay, we're going to try to scout, first of all, I think Karis Galadin will try to scout that city because it is massive, and we want to see what kind of units the Sylvan Elves are fielding. And then we'll scout Dol Guldur, and then we'll head north to see how much activity the Sylvans are having on the north. You never know, maybe they're focusing on the north whilst we are focusing on the west. That could be what's happening. We've got a lot of diplomats around Thornburg, oddly enough. But you know what? Let's end the turn here. I'm a little worried about Captain Fulor, but I think Dwarvois can handle it, honestly, if he gets there in time. That's the thing. It's all about timing. We've also got a unit of Orc Archers in Karendros that we can give to Hormarath when he decides to move out. We'll meet them in the field. But there we go. Let's end the turn. Alright, it looks like our invasion has failed. The invasion of Edoras is over, which is very unfortunate for us. As I bet you Rohan is going to come after us and with a fucking vengeance. It's going to be mean and dirty, and they're going to come after us with all that they've got. Oh shit, look at this. Saeldur has finally left the walls of Thornburg. He was just camped out there for fucking aeons. Dwarvois is one turn away from Malgalad, and unfortunately Captain Fulor is also one turn away. I think he's probably going to have to go through what used to be Fort Laguf, which I think was around here. I can't remember where exactly the river crossing was, but I'm not sure that he'll make it in time, is what I'm saying. Glaubeam has moved, actually, and now he is closer to Minas Tirith, which means that's just less marching that we have to do to fucking destroy him in the field, which is wonderful. Captain Muthana, unfortunately, is no closer to Pelargir than he was last turn, so I'm not sure he's going to help us out. But holy shit, we are withering these units down, and I think by the end of the siege, they're going to be basically unable to put up a fight. See, look at this. Harad is kicking our ass in production, population, and military. Gondor is still doing very well in the financial department, I guess. They're number one, which is very odd. Okay, we've got a ton of units of Harad now, just crawling around all these stacks. I think Heyman actually lost the battle against Lord Cusay. I don't really know where Lord Cusay has gone, actually. Is he over here? Who knows? But I think that means that we can place Gordush back in Arnak, and actually... Oh shit. I think Gordush actually reduced the population growth of this place. What the hell? Huh, hard to say. Anyway, the public order in Arnak has increased, and now we can probably pull some of these units out and give them to Hormarath if need be. Okay, there we go. We've got normal taxes in Arnak, and if we go to high taxes, people will freak the fuck out. So we'll just sit at normal taxes for now. We are a couple coins short of upgrading Nurnen, so one more turn and then Nurnen will be good to go. Unfortunately, our queues are stalled. Wormtongue is just looking absolutely depressed by such an occasion. He's like, why can't we build things? We've built a Shrine of Melkor in Arnak, and oh shit, what's a storehouse? Oh, that's the building after a boar breeder. I have not gone that far as to build a boar breeder yet, because they don't seem to do much. Much like this fairground won't do fucking anything. But you know what? We're starting to convert the culture of Arnak now. We're a few million points away from retraining and recruiting units in Arnak, but what can we do? I can't quite recall which units we retrained, but it looks like we actually did retrain said units. This unit of Orc Raiders is incredibly weak, and I think it's going to be a few turns until we're able to retrain them. Minas Tirith is gaining, looks to be 4 points of culture every turn. I think we only need 50% culture to recruit. Yes, Maulers in the Morning Guard. So a few more turns we'll be able to, well, they'll show up and then we have to wait like fucking 8 turns until they're available. But anyway, recruitment report, Baradur, Uruk Halberds. And we did retrain those 2 units. Wonderful. But now we are going to place these orc bands to complete that mission in Barad-dûr. We'll place this unit as well. 3 turns until that mission is complete, and by that time we'll have a unit of scouts. We're still making a lot of profit, so I'm going to recruit yet another unit of, I would say, Uruks. There we go. And now these men are going to head to the front lines. Also, these Uruks are going to arrive in West Osgiliath, East Osgiliath, whatever. Okay, we'll send Zagmas back to Minas Morgul. Shit. Fuck. Okay, we'll send a unit, oh my god, no! This is the worst. Okay, these orc bands are going to hold down the fort at East Osgiliath. I cannot believe that, my goodness. And these guys are going to have to head to Minas Tirith, and we'll parse them out between Dondeth and Hormarath. Those Uruks, I mean. Okay, Luglun is going to spy on Haman, or at least he'll try. And that didn't seem to do shit. Did he infiltrate the army, or what? Maybe you can't infiltrate armies in Third Age, perhaps. But there we go. Haman has a fucking ridiculously weak army. Tarnost, not bad. It's got a lot of units, a lot of strong units, that is. But looks like we already looked at Pelargir. Never mind. Glaubeam has yet to move. We're going to try to spy on Captain Fulor here, just to get a better idea of what we're dealing with. I don't think that spy is going to arrive in time to be useful, but nevertheless, he is on his way. Limelight Fort is, it appears to be very weakly garrisoned by the Sylvan Elves. Gorshag is going to continue towards Karis Gladden, though. Oh my god. That massive city model just kind of turned into this little tiny woodlands camp, which, I mean, it is a tiny little tree fort in the woods, I suppose. But they've got 4 units there, and we'll have to take a look at Dol Guldur when we get a chance and see what the strength is like there. Dol Guldur would be a much better place to hold the fort than Thornburg, because Thornburg is not nearly as well off as Dol Guldur. Dol Guldur has a sweet custom map that is actually quite easy to defend if you've got a proper army. We didn't really have a proper army last time. Yeah, we'll just see how Dol Guldur looks. The thing is, Dol Guldur is way the fuck in the north, even further from Barad-dûr than Thornburg is, and Thornburg is already very far from Barad-dûr. And the thing is, now that Rohan is starting to get involved again, we may have to strengthen, like I would say, our core. Well, not our core, but our midsection. You know, these are the western reaches where we deal with Gondor, then we've got the middle lands where we're having to deal with Rohan, and then, of course, our northern lands where we've seen a few incursions by the Sylvans. So yeah, I'm saying that we may have to strengthen our midsection, if at all possible. But we are maintaining our recruitment a little bit. We are recruiting a few more units because we have the profits to do so, the projected profits. This is the only value that matters, really. Like how much gold we are making per turn. The closer I get to 0 with that value, the shittier my kingdom becomes, because I can't really, you know, put money where it needs to be. For example, I wouldn't be able to upgrade Nurnen at all if I were to recruit units at capacity, if you know what I mean. Like, if I were to meet capacity, meet our profit with unit upkeep, we wouldn't be able to build fucking anything. And I think the upgrade of Nurnen will be very important, because we will be able to increase our income, perhaps. I'm not really sure how much this will increase our income, but I guess we'll find out. You know what, everyone, though? You know what, though? This episode is long enough. When we come back next episode, we will, of course, attack Pelargir with Dawn Death. And hopefully, I'm hoping with my heart of hearts that Captain Muthana gets involved and eases the attack of Pelargir. Maewyn is beginning to look very, very anxious, I gotta say. His face is beginning to look gaunt. He's looking nervous as fuck, because he knows that Dawn Death, the mighty, is coming for him. Once we take Pelargir, I'm not sure what to do with Dawn Death, actually. Like I said before, it is a race against Harad to see how much Gondorian territory we can gobble up. But with Rohan getting involved, we may have to shift our focus a little bit to weakening Rohan. I may just sick Dondeth, of course, on Ethring or Dolam Roth or whatever, which is the new capital, Dolam Roth, and we'll just go from there, but it's hard to say. Well, I'll have to sleep on it. I'll have to think about it. But anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you guys next episode.